more money? I'm like, wow. I am so jazzed up about this topic. For those of you guys that have heard me speak before or are already part of the Printographers Society, you know that like this is where my heart lives. And I'm so excited to be here talking with you guys about how to make more money, even if you don't have a studio. So how many of you guys right now are selling prints in person or virtually, not in an online gallery, virtually or in person to your clients? Raise your hand. Okay, just a few of you. Awesome. So the rest of you, I have some amazing things to share with you. And the few of you guys that have done in-person sales or are trying to navigate that, I have some really awesome content for you too. So I want to ask you guys, first and foremost, are you more likely to book people? So let's, first of all, wedding photographers, raise your hand. Awesome. Wow. Great. We're going to be speaking right to you guys. Portrait photographers. Okay, cool. Okay, great. Perfect. Anyone else that's like boudoir or commercial or fashion or something? Like your specialty, not that like you kind of do that. Like that's what you focus on? Okay, cool. Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about when you're booking portrait clients or wedding clients. Are you more likely to book them when they come see you in person or when you meet up with them? Is that the case? Raise your hand if that's your case. Your booking ratios are way higher when you meet with them in person, right? Why is that? I need a volunteer. Yes, you in the back.
You get to see if you click with them.
Great. Personalities. It's more personable. Anyone else? Yeah.
They're more likely to trust you.
They're trust. You're building trust. Awesome. Someone else? Yeah.
They make a connection with you.
Connection. You're able to get to know each other. That's awesome. Again, goes building trust. Yeah.
You can explain your value to them in a way they might not quite understand.
Love it. You have the opportunity to explain your value to them without them just making up this preconceived notion, right? Just from looking at your stuff online. So, I think this graph looks pretty familiar, right? You get all these leads in your inbox, and then maybe the next step is they have to fill out a questionnaire, and like far less of them fill out the questionnaire, and far less of them want to get on the phone with you, and far less of them want to meet in person. But the ones that meet with you in person, you end up booking, right? Why? Because you make that connection. You build that trust. You can explain the value of what you do to those clients. You can get to know each other, right? So what happens when you don't book those people, when they don't want to come meet with you in person? All of a sudden, you're thinking to yourself, it's like November and you haven't booked anyone in three weeks, or your bookings aren't where they need to be for next year. And you're like, oh my gosh, I must suck because I haven't booked anyone in 3 weeks. And now you start to fall down this cycle of desperation, right? And you start finding yourself like questioning your entire self-worth and your pricing, and you want to reevaluate your whole pricing. You want to essentially throw in everything, right? You're like, just take it all. I'll throw in the extra shooter. I'll throw in the engagement session, whatever you want. I just need to book this client, right? That's my daughter, by the way. She's super cute. Or you start working for exposure. You start taking things for free because you're like, oh, I want to be this high-end, I want to be a high-end photographer, but I don't have any high-end clients, so I'm just going to start shooting for free. I'll do your wedding for free. I'll work for this wedding coordinator for free. I'll do this stuff for free, for fame, right? The problem is, you guys, when you start to lose trust in yourself, your clients lose trust in you. So when your confidence starts to waver and you find yourself in those moments of desperation, you end up booking less because your clients sense that desperation and they wonder, if she doesn't think she's good enough, why should I? Right? We have to remember who we are selling to. So can someone raise their hand and tell me what your ideal person is, or even just basic demographics about who you're selling to? Who are you trying to book? Anybody?
Brides between 24 and 35.
Okay, you nailed it. Millennials, right? That's just a basic blanket demographic that we're throwing at people. Now, I have a background in marketing and business, so I like to do a little bit of research about what millennials want. What do they want? Anybody? Any volunteers? Yeah.
Instant gratification.
Instant gratification. I love that. Yes.
They want an experience.
An experience. You guys are so good. This is perfect. I need one more. One more person. Anyone? Yeah, way in the back.
They want to be seen.
They want to be seen. They want to be noticed. They want something specialized, right? So this actually is a study done by Epsilon that 22 to 35-year-old influences on buying behaviors. They want a personalized experience. They're looking for something custom, right? You guys nailed that. They're looking for simple decision making. Instant gratification. They need the journey between finding you to booking you to be as simple as possible, right? They want to say yes to you. They don't want to have to jump through a million hoops to get there. Number 3, reviews and social proof. This is the top 3 thing that they consider when choosing to make a purchase. How many reviews do you have on your site? Your Wedding Wire, your Knot, Google, Facebook. There's 10 different platforms where we could get reviews on. That's where your clients are making their decisions. Make sure you have reviews there. And then number 4, a greater social mission. This I thought was really cool. We all want to invest in companies that are doing good, right? Is your business doing good? Are you profitable enough to do good? Are you profitable enough to give back to your community? Or do you find yourself thinking, I wish I could give back. I wish I could donate. I wish I could be more involved. I'm just not there yet, right? Your clients are looking for this. So how can we help them? You guys, complacency will kill your business. We need to be innovating. We need to be constantly reminding ourselves of who we are serving and what they want and how we can be that solution to them. You need to adapt the way you are selling because certain tactics don't work anymore. We need to make sure that we know what our clients want and we know how to provide that to them and that we're actually getting that message across. Because whether you're in the top of your business, right, maybe you've been in business for a few years and you're starting to see your pricing has plateaued a little bit and now all these emerging photographers are coming into the market and you're having to fight a little bit harder for market share. Or if you're first starting out in your first few years of business and you're like, there are hundreds of me's in my market. How do I stand out? How do I capture market share, right? It's all the same thing. You need to be able to innovate and be able to speak to the clients that you're selling to in order to be successful. So I want to ask you guys, why are you here? Not just in this room, but why are you here at United this year? Come on, you guys. I know we just went through this crazy, emotional experience with Kayla and Jamie. We're all sobbing and I'm reevaluating my whole life's purpose, right? So why are you here?
For the community.
Community. I love that. What about for your business, your life? Yeah. I'm sorry?
Burned out.
You're burned out. You want to be renewed, right? I love that. The theme of this year's United. One other person.
To grow.
To grow. You are here because you want to be the best you can possibly be. You want to learn from absolutely everyone you can so that you can walk home and be an industry leader. You want to provide something more meaningful to your clients. Am I right? Yes. Little Medea in us. I love it. All right. So the takeaway today, you guys, is to help you create a marketing and sales strategy that will rescue you from that roller coaster of desperation. Can anybody resonate with that up and down of business, right? And help you build a sustainable, scalable business without sacrificing your quality of life. Because if you're feeling burnt out, I've been there. I know that feeling. And we need to help you create margin in your life because there are ways that you can be insanely profitable and not have to sell your soul to your clients, right? So, my name is Makayla Jade. I'm the founder of the Harris Company. That is our studio. We specialize in photo and cinema. We also recently founded Printographers Society. So if you've heard a little bit about that, we just launched in September. My background is in marketing and business. I decided to become a photographer because I was using it as a way to make ends meet because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I never, ever imagined myself here in front of you guys. I just wanted a way to pay the bills. I was a self-taught photographer and became a sales expert by myself, teaching myself. And then now I have the opportunity of running around the country, speaking to photographers like you, and helping them develop their marketing strategies. But when I first started out, again, I was that momographer out there that decides to pick up a camera and call themselves a professional. Right? Anyone else out there, momographers? Yeah, we're afraid to admit it because we're the ones that everyone hates, right? It's I Pinterest so hard. These were a few of my first photos, you guys. I was pretty great. Yeah. And yet, despite all that, I've been able to grow a multi six-figure business in a short amount of time, bring my husband from his full-time career in finance, grow our studio team, and still travel the world with my kids and give back to my community. Because more than half of our revenue comes from prints and albums. So for those of you guys that are sitting out there and you're saying to yourself, I know I'm leaving money on the table because I should be selling more prints and albums, you are. Like half of it. Right? I was just talking to someone at the bar last night. She's like, yeah, but like how much extra are you making? It's like, well, let me show you a demographic. Let me show you a graphic of it. But I started in these seats. 3 years ago was my first ever United. 6 years ago was my first ever photography conference. I learned the same way that you guys are learning. So I want to encourage you, if you're out there thinking that you can't do it and it's just like an anomaly that people are raking in this amount of money with print sales, you totally can. And that's what we're here for today.